Taoiseach, the decision of the Putin regime to sanction yourself and other ministers is a further worrying sign about what is happening to our reputation as a neutral country. And indeed, it has implications for our defence forces, whose safety, I would say, to a significant degree, when it's deployed on missions, is also linked to our reputation as a neutral country. Now, we all condemn Putin's bloody war, the escalation that we're seeing at the moment, but your uncritical association with and echoing of the NATO line and abandoning a position of neutrality, which should be about upholding opposition to war and military solutions in dangerous conflicts like this, is now undermining our neutrality, undermining our international reputation as a neutral country, and ultimately endangering, I would say, the Irish Defence Forces.
And I also want to say then, in terms of Deputy Boyd Barrett's point, I'm very, very disturbed with what the Deputy has said. You kind of effectively have justified Putin's decision in sanctioning my good self and others. You said it's a worrying sign in terms of the reputation of this country as a neutral country. No, it's not.
We're seen as protagonists.
We're seen by Putin.
We're seen as protagonists.
By Putin. We're seen by Putin as a protagonist, and you sort of say, he's right. Taoiseach, you should be worried because Putin sanctioned you. I mean, I don't understand where you're coming from, Deputy, genuinely. And then you add on that dangerous line about endangering the Irish Defence Forces because Putin is a bully and is intimidated and is trying to intimidate people. Deputy, I think you should withdraw any implication or suggestion by you that Putin sanctioning the Taoiseach of the day in this country is somehow confirmation that Ireland is not neutral. We are military neutral. We are military neutral. We're not protagonists in this war. We've welcomed Ukrainian refugees into this country. We've allocated humanitarian aid to Ukraine. We've worked with our colleagues in the European Union. We are part of the European Union, which is a political bloc which values liberal democracies and has no truck and does not believe in terms of the... Sorry, Europe is the biggest donor to Palestine. And that is your classic line on this. And that's why I doubt your commitment totally. Because you keep on talking about, it's all whataboutery with your Deputy Boyd Barrett. Oh, of course we condemn, you say, and then you move on. But I always note your emphasis. I always note where you focus. And it's always predominantly against Europe. It's always predominantly against the West. And less so, I have to be frank with you, less so against Russia. You throw out the one line about Russia and you move quickly on. That has been the hallmark of all of your contributions in this crisis. And I take issue with what you have said in respect of Putin's sanctioning of my good self as somehow confirmation that we're perceived no longer to be neutral. I mean, that is outrageous assertion. And we are militarily a neutral country. We are not members of any alliance. We are not members of any alliance. Sorry. We're taking sides on behalf of a country that has been invaded on the basis of an imperialist 19th century view that Ukraine has no right to exist. And you're saying we're taking sides?
Thank you, Taoiseach.
Absolutely, we're supporting Ukraine in its right to its territorial integrity and sovereignty and the rights of the Ukrainian people to a decent life, not to be bombed every single day by a despot.
Thank you, Taoiseach.